Hey everyone, that's my bad. I hope you like that little behind the scenes thing. Sam did an amazing audition. I tried to make that
Sorry.
seamless. No, you were
My
great.
fault.
No notes. You were flawless.
Listen,
I thought I was going
blame
to
it
do the
on
transition
Frog.
right, and I didn't do the transition right. I'm learning. But hey, look at us. We look amazing. And here we are for season 3, episode 2 of Edge of Legend. So, hello, all you amazing legends. Great to see you tonight. Just saw the note that my volume's a little low, so I'm turning that up. Anyway, before we get right into it, quick announcement. If you have a chance, we would love to have your support. Go check out our Ko-Fi or Coffee. Link should be popping up in the chat. For the best way to help support us, we would love that. Also, speaking of people who would love your support, if you like our amazing artwork, our amazing artist, Zakiah Goggins, or Zach the Drac, or just Zach, did all the amazing work for our characters. If you've seen it online and everywhere else, if you would like to, they would love to have your support. Go and seek them out for commissions. They would love that, and we, of course, highly recommend that too. Says I'm so low. I'll figure that out later. Anyway, so with that being said, please go and support us, and please go and support Zach, and more stuff later. But before we go into a quick recap, let us say hello to these wonderful legends that you see before you today, starting with Sam. Sam, please tell us who you are, and who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, it is I, Sam and Frog, the Frog Mug. I play Ichipukten Papakui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. And our pronouns are she, her. Thank you very much. Sorry for messing up your intro, PJ.
No. Again, you were fine. I botched it. Now, next up, we have Randy. Randy, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hey everyone, this is Randy. This is my little stuffed tiger. His name is Tony. We're here. I play Lothier Vanlinson, our human druid for our team, and our pronouns are he, him.
Awesome possum. Well, next up, we have Wes. Wes, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet. Wait,
Hi,
that's
everybody.
at the end. I'm so
that's
sorry.
The end.
You know what I'm trying to do.
I know what you're doing.
Find him right here on the sweet internet.
Right now.
I'm here right now. So stay here at the moment. Hi guys, I'm Wes. I play Dragon Targier, the Duskwalker Magus, aka the resident blue alien. And yeah, we're both he him.
Nice. I thought Adderall was supposed to help me focus. I call shenanigans. Next up, we have Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi there, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. I play Shionibus, the Elven Ranger. We both go by she, her.
Heck yeah, and well, last and certainly not least, we got Sidney. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hola, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's also the end. No! I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and our pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. Well, I guess that just leaves me. My name is PJ. I am the GM for Edge of Legend here on Nat 20 Productions Official on Twitch. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing everything. Before we get into a quick recap, if you haven't already had the chance to see the amazing recap done by Sidney and Sam, you can check that out on our Nat 20 Prods on YouTube. But here's a quick recap if you haven't had a chance to see that. First episode, out the gate, what a doozy. We do a quick recap to see what everyone's been doing in those 6 months until eventually they all get an invitation to the Miss Dragon's Grave beauty pageant that was started in Season 2. Each with a very interesting moment. We had Ichi, who was looking into Dolly Tontine, the leader of the NCC, the non-caffeine compliance that was working, that is now starting to get favor in the Adolfon Prime Senate for now banning all substances. We have Kylie going out on a mission to rid the world of the 7 demons she was tasked to quite some long time ago, and succeeding at killing one. Dragon was in a very awkward place after the wife that he was kind of hanging out with, his wife, that he was hanging out with on the down low. That still sounds wrong. You know what I'm trying to say. It was, look, we got a clip on the TikTok. Go check it out. TikTok at Net20Prods. It was hilarious. We also had Sidney as Alona doing some good research and finding the Gospel of Rialog and the Wisdom of Madness, a book written some long time ago about the Elder Gods and possibly Ramalgaste. And maybe inside could be a way to stop it. The end of all things. And of course, last but not least, we had Lothier doing awesome work as the only mud druid in Brack, picking up the slack. Didn't mean to rhyme, but now he's got a new familiar this time. Boom, nailed it. And he got the invitation. And it was a great beauty pageant. Go check it out. It was a lot of fun. But after the beauty pageant, Morel shows up and tells them that it is time to take his father out of the equation, to rise up, usurp his father, and become the king of Acadia. And this caused some drama. I'm not going to get into all of it right now, but without further ado, because time is of the essence for both this episode and the rebellion of Acadia, we are going to pick up right where we left off. But before we get into any of the serious talks of war and strife, I want to cut to Alona and Shionibus. Now, I know last time we had the show, Randy, Wes, and Sam, you're all pretty on board for fighting the good fight to save Acadia from Morel's dad. But I want to see what Alona and Shionibus are going to be doing.
Okay. So I imagine that after, Dragon blew up at Alona, they all went back inside with Morel to kind of reconvene. I assume Shionibus also left the room, because I think, yes. So Alona's going to run and catch up with Shionibus, wherever Shionibus ended up.
Okay. Shionibus.
I'm going to say she's just walking. She's just walking. She just needs to get away from everything. She's just walking.
Awesome. You hear Alona, the gait of Alona running, which is not a good run. Alona is not a sporty person. She is not. Ichi really had to teach her how to do those push-ups, man. So she's like panting behind you. She didn't spend her break doing any physical activity, just reading books, back to her old nature. And she's like running. She's like, Shionibus, wait. Hey.
You're not keeping up with those push-ups, I see.
Hey,
Or cardio, for that matter.
Now is not the time to...
Just
But
saying,
no,
I can hear you breathing from like a mile away.
Come on, man. I just told them that I wasn't gonna go.
What?
I told them that I wasn't gonna go. I'm not going without you.
No. You still have a whole world to see out there.
No, it's not about that, Shionibus. I mean, yes, sure, the usurping would be amazing. And it's not about adventure. It's about you. And me, obviously, and whatever the hell else is going on with me, but I've never seen you like that. As far as I've known you, you've always rejected the fact that you were born to be the Queen of Nubia. You literally ran away. And now all of a sudden you decide to care? What happened?
How long have we been traveling together?
I 2, 3 years, a year, 2. I've lost track.
Okay. I've been running for far longer than I have known you. I'm kind of just done. I'm so over running. I've decided to finally step up. And that means decisions have to be made. Hard decisions, sure, but decisions nonetheless. I guess I've kind of grown up. And if that means I have to make hard decisions and leave people behind to do what I have to do, to kill what I have to kill, I can't keep letting my people wait. I've needed to grown up for a while, and I finally have. Or I'm starting to, I guess.
I mean, listen, I'm happy for you. I mean, Woodward always said you were a natural born leader, as much as you hated hearing it. And I've always known that about you, that you did have the makings of a great leader. And I'm glad to hear that you're stepping into yourself as a person, as a queen. These last few months I know have been really transformative for you. I just don't feel like I can't do that without you. So if you're not going to go, then I'm going to come wherever you go.
That's honorable. It is. And I appreciate and love the friendship that has blossomed between us. I really have. But I can't hold you back from you growing as well. What about you and Morel and Lothier, the relationship between you and Lothier and Ichi, who's really, I really hope she figures out this whole caffeine thing soon, because I'm kind of struggling now. And Dragon and meeting his new family now. Like you have so much to see. I've lived a life. I've lived hundreds of lives. I can't hold you back from you exploring your first.
It's not about holding me back. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. But as far as everybody else, I mean, I wasn't planning on leaving forever. But that's what Dragon thinks. I didn't want to upset him like that. He was really upset at me. And I get it. I'm always the responsible one who does the right thing, saving the world, but there's still so much we don't know about this yet, and something about it makes me really uneasy. Do you feel that? I mean, Morel's been gone I haven't talked to Morel in months. And then all of a sudden this? Has he talked to you? Certainly hasn't talked to anybody else.
I've noticed a shift, but I thought it was just me going off the grid and trying to get situated with civilization. I thought that's all that was. But if you notice something, please, I'm willing to hear you out.
I just think that when we went back to Acadia, and it was, of course, it was Merle's first time back in years, obviously, because he was banished. And then he met up with Hamas again. I think that's when this whole rebellion talk started. And I don't like it. It's not that Morel's father isn't horrible. Absolutely he is. I mean, Lothier knows that. I know that. Everyone who's ever experienced the wrath of Acadia knows. But it just feels off. And it feels weird that I didn't know about it. And it feels bad that I didn't know about it. And I don't know where Morel has been. I don't know where he's been for 6 months, apparently planning this. But to have that be the first time we talk, no, hi, how you doing? No, hey, I'm sorry, I haven't talked to you in 6 months. Just, by the way, I need your help to overthrow my father. Is that...
Some people get hung up in planning very easily. I understand your frustration. Believe me, I've been on both sides of that coin. Is it excusable? No. But I understand your frustration.
You're being so diplomatic right now.
What can I say? It's what I was born to do.
That doesn't mean you forget who you actually are.
I can't always be this charismatic, sarcastic asshole.
Yes, you can. That's my favorite thing about you.
I have to leave some for Dragon. Like, the kid's trying.
Listen. I'm not going back unless there's a really good reason. I guess I'm lost. And I want to reach out to someone for clarification and for help. Are you cool staying with me while I ask these questions? Because I really don't want to be alone.
Yeah. We'll be lost together.
PJ, can I make a religion check to get in contact with Afra?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm using one of the 3 hero points we still have from last episode.
Yikes.
Hell
Already?
yeah.
Yep, I didn't do a pre-roll before this stream, so I'm really hoping that I'm using the other hero point from last episode.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's fine. We're back. I'm back at 1, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
You can always earn
It's
more.
fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I could totally strike. Someone give me a pun. Okay, that's better. It's still not amazing, but it's better. Why have you forsaken me, gay dice? It's Pride Month.
Have you heard of the clerics that worship Afra by doing potato sack races?
I have not, but now I do.
Yeah,
and-
they're a part of Sack Afra.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm done. Give that hero point to Sidney.
Only because I love the amazing teamwork I just witnessed. Yes, Sidney, have the point. Have the point of heroes.
So hard for me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was mid, honestly, but I'd do it for you.
Oh,
Do it for the mid. All right. Anyway,
that's a 32.
32. Okay.
I'm real good at religion.
Let me just get out my old handy dandy cheat book here, little cheat notes here, and that's cheat notes. Yep. Okay. 32. So yeah, let's begin the prayer. What do you do to reach out to Afra?
Well, I'm gonna have Chio. Where are we? We're somewhere. Are we in the woods? Let's say we've
In the
made it
middle
to
of
the
the street.
woods.
Oh, okay.
Oh, in the middle of the street? Let's go to an alley then.
Sure.
My house.
In the middle of
The
Dragon's
street.
Grave.
Isibo's house. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can go to their house. There's definitely an ally, Jesus, an alley.
Hey.
Alley. There's an alley there. You can go to an alley. Go ahead, start praying.
I'm gonna look for an alleyway that has sun in it. Is there sunny alleyway?
Uh,
Where the
I
building-
think the time of day is like nighttime.
Never mind. There is none.
There won't
Zero
be sun there. No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pray anyway and hope that because there's no sun doesn't mean that I will be screwed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably kneel down in the alleyway and have Shionibis kneel a little bit away from me because I know she probably doesn't want to be directly involved. But
Mhm.
I mean, hey, if Afra shows up, you get to meet my god. That's cool. She's nice.
Mhm.
I don't even like meeting my god sometimes.
That's upsetting.
God, scare me, yo.
Well, yeah, you also worship Anubis, so that's kind of a scary dude. Anyway, so yeah, you start. Yeah, go ahead and start the prayer. Sidney. What do you say exactly?
I get down on my knees and I assume the position. I assume the prayer position of the outstretched hands reaching upward. And I kind of start muttering to myself, to Afra about asking for clarification. This sounds like tarot. Jesus Christ. Asking for clarification on the situation at hand, asking should Shionibis and I go rejoin the party after all, and is there more than meets the eye, or am I just overthinking things?
Mm. Okay. So you begin to say this prayer, and in the night sky of the alleyway, you begin to see a small amber light at the end of the alley slowly start to become a bigger and brighter golden light, almost like a tunnel light as it starts to get a little bigger and brighter. What does Afro look like?
Oh, I was not expecting her to actually show up. That was a joke. Oh no. Okay. Well, she looks like a woman.
Has a face and everything.
Has a whole face. Afra is the human ascended goddess of redemption and light and medicine and goodness. She was burned at the stake. Burned at the stake? Did we say burned at the stake?
Not burned at the
She was
stake.
burned.
She was burned for protecting people inside of a temple, as I think Acadians tried to
Yep.
get the people she was protecting from them.
Because she's Orjan. That's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
She's Orjan. So she walks through and you see she has these olive green eyes, a little bit of a darker complexion, this curly mass of rich brown curls atop her head. And she walks forward with her robes that are traditional Orjan robes, but on each of the ends they're singed. And on her robe you see her sigil, but instead of it being sewn into her garments like Alona's are, it is seared, almost as if it's been stamped over her heart, like the fire has in and of itself burned itself into her very visage. And she calmly walks through.
She calmly walks through and up to you. You can almost see like little blips and embers of fire coming off her body. Her hair slowly kind of rises as if caught in the wind of a burning flame. And you can smell that kind of charming smell of like a fireplace or a campsite fire. Very relaxing and homey. She looks at you with a smile and she says, "Hi, it's been forever since we last talked. How you? Stupid question to ask how you've been, I know, but still, pleasantries. What can I do for you?
PJ, do an audio check. For some reason, chat's saying the audio's gone.
Nope, got it. It's fixed.
Okay.
Just me. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she says, like, hi, it's been forever. What can I do for you?
Does Shionibus see her?
Yes, she does.
Oh. Ilona looks down the hall from her hands just stuck in this position, and you just see. And she literally just like crawls over to Afra and just like full bows, like traditional bow with her head to the ground and goes, "Hi, oh wow, it is so amazing to finally meet you in person. This is such an honor to have you in my presence. This is my best friend, Shionibus."
She, her hands is kind of like gently clasped. She looks at her and she goes, hi.
I'll kneel, I guess.
So she sees that, and you can hear this kind of warm chuckle. She will turn to Alona and say, you don't have to kneel. It's okay. Get up. And then she'll turn to Kylie or Shionibus, and she says, I'm not the person you kneel to. You can get up. It's okay.
I'm gonna stand up.
Ilona dusts herself off from the very dirty floor. Hi. Did you hear what did you hear what I said? Are you here? Did I do something wrong?
Oh, no. You called me, and you said you needed to know about something, if it was important, or...
Right. Yes. So, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Morel. What am I saying? Of course you're aware. You know Morel's trying to overthrow his father.
Yes, I do.
Where did he get that idea?
Doesn't really matter.
I guess not.
That's not to punish you. I just, would it matter who it came from or what it came from?
Well, yes. I would suppose so.
Came from his sister, Bethrain. She has been protecting the convent from her father's wrath for a long time. Of course, Hamaz is on board because of course he is. But of course, Bethrain has dedicated herself to her oath, and she will never become king, or queen, I should say, because she needs to be at the convent. She is, of course, going to be running that convent for quite a long time, so she really couldn't leave if she wanted to.
Oh. Do you think it's a good idea?
Let me answer that question by answering the real question. You want to know if there's a reason you should go, or if you should stay? Is that the question?
Yes.
It'll be your last chance. And you all will be needed for that moment.
What do you mean by last chance?
I can't really say, but I'm not allowed to. But what I will say is that there are secrets that Morel's father has never told him. And you all will be needed there. In some capacity.
To be clear, are you telling me to go?
It's not my job to take free will from any of my righteous healers and redeemers. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do. But I think that there is a moment that'll be extremely pivotal for your future. And Shionibus's. And that you should go, or the consequences may be dire.
Okay.
But don't take my word for it. You can also talk to the guy who knows about death. And off in the back, you see a candle light. A long stem candle on an iron wrought, almost like a curled jackal paw base, and a long snout. Daughter of the Sands, you two have doubts about your place here.
She would have literally like jumped. Like, oh my god. Little warning would have been nice. Just a little.
I think you can agree with me that the drama is a bit more worth it.
You know, a bell. I'm gonna bring it out there. Just bell. Think on it. We'll circle back to it.
Putting a bell on Anubis? This joke
I'm
I don't
just-
find humorous.
You never do anyway. Anyway, yes, I do have my hesitations.
Well then. Stepping around the candle, you see in full form Anubis in their royal glory, and behind him, lowering as if with great grandeur and purpose, the scales behind him. If I am always in want of a plan or solution, I weigh the pros and the cons. I weigh the life and the death. So, what is your quandary, and how can I help?
If I go, am I starting a war between Nubia and Acadia?
Come to me. Come here.
She'll walk closer to him.
He reaches for a pouch, pulls a drawstring on it, opens it up, feels heavy, dense, hands it to you, kind of takes your hand in his jackal claw, puts it in yours. All right, reach inside, put it on the scale to the left, and say what you just said.
She'll reach her hand in.
You feel like a murky, bloody texture to your hand. Sticky, wet. And as you pull your hand out, you see sand. Just dry, soft sand.
I'll go over to the scale on the left, and let it like run through my fingers as it gets placed on the scale. Repeat.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, say it again.
And just repeat what I had asked him, which was, am I going to start a war between, like, if I join, will I start a war between Nubia and Acadia?
Okay. You see an image appear. A sun rising over Acadia, and that same sun rising over Nubia. You see a very large figure in your citadel with a mighty, powerful cloak and an army behind him. And another form shaking hands. Well, that's one. Time to ask another question. Put it on the other side and weigh.
All right. You know, I hate when you do these kind of like riddle-esque moments. You know how I feel about these stupid riddles. she'll reach her hand in again. And is this the right choice for the world?
Pull the sand out now. You start to place it into the other scale side. The sand is red this time. And as you say that, is this the right choice for the world? Was that your...
Mm-hmm.
You see an image appear. You see demons, unspeakable monsters. You see the sky ablaze with a cloud of white light that stretches from the ground miles into the sky, blotting out the sun as it does so. And you see Acadia, Nubia, Adelphon, all the continents, all the countries of the world together under one banner. And a creeping darkness vanishing by the cloud of white light. Anubis just... It may be the most important thing ever, or the end of days. But who can say? We're still weighing the options.
So is this you telling me that I should go?
I think it is better to be a part of something. As a queen, as a leader, as a god of death, than to sit idly by and do nothing and have nothing for it.
Fine. You're right. And I'll turn to Alona. Well, I'm in. Are you?
Yeah.
Then we got some work to do.
Good. I'm glad we could have this talk. You'd have to do the scales thing eventually. I'm glad we got it out of the way now. And with that, Anubis leaves behind the candle and vanishes.
Is he always that intense?
Absolutely he is. I don't even get me started. Like I said, a bell would really help. It would really help the whole intimidation thing. I'm just saying.
I hear ya. I agree.
Next birthday gift, that's what I'm thinking.
We should rejoin the others.
Yeah. They couldn't have traveled that far, right?
So, that being said, I am laughing my ass off at the idea of Anubis on his back like a kitty cat playing with a bell. I know jackals are more like dogs, but this is funny to me. Number 2, where is everyone for what will be the planning stage of the rebellion to happen soon? Where are you meeting for this deliberations with Morel and his unit?
Can
I
we
would
meet?
assume we're-
I
Go ahead.
mean, if we're in Dragon's Grave and it's the dead of night, we should be meeting at the monument that we created, because that's creepy but also kind of badass.
Out on the standing sea? Hell yeah. Okay. Morel loves the choice because he's like, there's no way the intel would have reached Acadia that this water is actually like trespassable. They're probably sitting there shitting bricks right now. But yeah, so you all meet around the monument that you've done at the end of season 2. In fact, as you do so, you have a great bit of light because Dragon gave up that level 9 explosive rock in the process of making the monument, and now there's this beautiful ever-burning torch that gives off wondrous light 24/7.
Ooh, and it's like creepy and atmospheric. I love it.
It's like It's not quite like the Sons of Liberty, but it's kind of dope. Actually, it's better. I'm gonna say it's better. But as you're meeting, you're seeing two forms coming running up to you in the night sky. The dimly lit torch burning on the monument does eventually show the familiar robes of Alona and the familiar robes of Shionibus as they come to meet you for deliberations.
I look up from the table, but I don't say anything.
I think
We haven't missed-
elbowed Dragon.
Yeah, so Dragon is not going to be able to look at Alona right now. He's still a mix of, like, Lothier and everybody would be able to tell. Like, he's still kind of pissed off, but he's also a little embarrassed to have potentially hurt his friend's feelings. And he'll definitely have a conversation with them at some point. But I think he would, like, kind of, like, look at Alona and then, like, look down, but then he would go up to Chianobus and in Elven just be like, I thought you couldn't do this because of your people.
In Elvish, she'll respond, "What the fuck, bro? When did you... have you... We'll talk about this later.
We're friends, so I taught myself.
That's really cool, dude." And she'll, like, punch his arm.
But again, I thought you were worried for your people.
It's kind of a long story. Let's just say divine intervention.
He kind of gives a nod, just a little. You can see that he, like, when you say that, he just kind of looks, and then you can tell he's a little sad by you saying that. Oh, I understand. And he just kind of, like, puts his head down and walks back to the group a little bit.
And I'll turn to the rest of the group, speaking in common once more. So what do we miss?
Lothier sort of looks up, and he's extremely frustrated. But he sighs to try to let go some of that tension he's been holding, and goes, "Well, we were just starting to try to plan what's happening. Here's a map," and he lays out a map that they've been looking at. This point here is a way into the king's chamber. We don't know how we get there, but that's our final point of entry where we plan to attack.
PJ, are there any windows that I can see? Like, this is, I assume, like, schematics. Are there, like, windows or anything like that within this?
Well, let me answer that with giving you the description of the entire building.
Perfect.
So here's how deliberations are going to work. Obviously, this is all up to you on how you decide to attack this bad boy. This is I won't say preposition, that's not right. The preparatory phase, the preparation phase. Ha ha. There's the words. Here is the layout of this palace. A 10-story, multi-layered geometric structure with beautiful colors and metals interlaid into the masonry. It exists in the back of the capital inside a gorgeous jungle garden with rare animals and large localized river around it. If you want a vibe, it's like the Hanging Gardens of... Yeah, absolutely. Imagine that bad boy. The building has open portal windows. with the eastern side an open facade densely packed with columns. The first 5 floors are one massive sheer stone wall with stone mosaics of ancient kings and the gods of the Astrogenicon. So this is a 10-story massive multi-leveled building. You see that there are windows from basically the 5th or 6th floor all the way up. Nothing but sheer wall from the half down. There are many, many entrance points that you can see with these massive portal windows, and on the east side, very densely populated columns being the only east wall of the building. Now, strategically, who has warfare lore, by the way? Okay, you got it. Showed us cool. Randy, was that a laugh? Do you have it too?
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
Because anyone who has warfare lore, you would know automatically from looking at the east facade or the east building in the facade is that these columns are probably where they would have their big public dances and parties, and would also function as a deterrent. So if any army actually got here, there's no way their full numbers could get through all those columns. It would be like a choke point, like 9, 10, 20 choke points. But right now, you're not an army. So you have windows, basically every floor up from the 5th, and the entire east side of the building is just nothing but beautiful columns overlooking the gorgeousness of the palace grounds and the capital of the most powerful hero nation in the world.
Sammy the Siren said, "Does somebody say giant slingshot?"
There are literally plants hanging all up and down this building. I, as a druid, appreciate that very much. I'll just say that.
So here is how this is going to work. You have the freedom to deliberate on how you're going to attack. There are only 2 goals set by Morel, which are pretty valid goals, I feel. Number 1, no loss of civilian or military life outside the palace guard. Please don't kill his people. And number 2, please keep the damage to the palace at a minimum. He has to live there. He doesn't need to keep patching up all the fireball holes in it.
Specifically for Dragon.
So that's
Look,
literally Dragon.
It's
Dragon's
mostly
weapon.
rock, okay?
This is
Rock
anti-Dragon
isn't
slander.
flammable.
I love this. This is anti-fireball slander, and I won't stand for it. So those are the only 2 goals. Keep death to a minimum. Guards are okay. Because he's probably going to replace them all anyway. And damage the palace, please be minimal. Other than that, everything is for your choice to figure out how you're going to attack. If you need information or preparation, there is a DC check for that. The source will be Morel directly. So you'll be rolling the check. He'll be the hookup, and then we'll go into the second stage, and then finally the rebellion. So, without further ado, the map is yours. All the details of the Imperial Palace are there before you. And Morel, Bethren, Hamaz, and their small unit is kind of around you as well. And they're like, all right, so what do you all want to do first?
Well, first off, who's the sneakiest that we have? Besides me.
I can sneak a little bit, I think.
All right. Good.
Look, I'm all right at it. I mean, obviously, you all know that my forte is a bit of magic and, well, hitting things with a sword.
And let's just make it clear. I'm the least sneaky. If you didn't know already, I am a performer by trade. I was born to be seen. I'll try to restrain that, but it's just good to keep in mind.
Well, here's my thought. What if one of us takes 2-3 people with us, sneak in first, get in position, say, Ichi, what if you put on a performance for them? get people distracted. Easy enough.
Okay.
Right?
I like it. Yeah.
Lothier, I'm sure you can pull up some plants from underneath all this tile.
I mean, I wonder if we can't get the plants to help us climb them up the sides of the wall.
Ooh.
I mean, the place is covered in plants, they say. So
We would have to know the changing of the guard, and you'd have to be very fast. Hey, Morel, do you know the changing of the guard?
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, well, so here's the full guard retinue. There is approximately 30 guards on every floor in 3 groups of 10. My father's Imperial Guard is usually about 1,000, but right now they've closed ranks, and last report said that there's 300 guards in the building, in the Imperial Palace as we speak.
Out of curiosity, is there any, like, warding against magic or anything like that within the castle?
I'm so glad
Kind
you
of
said that.
defenses?
Well, my father is one of the many line of emperors of Acadia that chose to put their faith in magic and not the gods. So, there are many, many magical runes and traps for protection. They're built into the infrastructure so they don't stand out at parties or political meetings. They won't be there to prevent your magic, but they will have magic to, I guess, prevent you.
I guess my question is more specifically, do they have anything to protect against a teleportation spell?
No, they don't. Not one bit.
I'm gonna need to do a little bit of studying.
Don't worry, we'll have at least the night. We'll go from there. Yes, so there'll be magic traps there. Yeah, Alona.
So, the plan as of now, let me just recap to see if I have this correct. The plan as of now is to have Ichi and a few people create a distraction while Dragon, Lothier, Shionibus, and a few other people get inside, whether that's a teleportation circle inside the palace or a teleportation circle on the palace grounds, and then climbing up and then getting inside. Either way, if is that right? Is that what I have so far?
It seems all
Well-
very scattered, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, and he kind of looks around. If I can learn to use this spell precisely, I haven't cast it before, but I can take myself and 4 others
Oh,
up
That's,
to 100 miles.
whoa, that's pretty useful.
As it gets farther away, though, it gets a little less precise. So if we don't want to end up inside of a wall or something horrible like that, we probably want to get closer.
All right.
So-
Well, I can help all of us sneak a little bit better. If the place is covered in plants, I have some ways that we can blend in with some of the vegetation there.
That's a great idea. So, Dragon, Lothier, Shionibus, Morel are going to be on infiltration, sneaky sneak squad, and then Ilona, Ichi, Betrain? Maybe? Or someone else. Anyone. Literally anyone. Will be on distraction duty. Does that sound good?
Sure, I'm sure Betrain would like to be on that battlefield. Just a bit of a heads up: the 2 front gates are closed and locked, but there are 2 narrow staircases on the north and south exterior of the building that feed into approximately the 3rd or 4th floor.
But are they locked?
Oh no!
For the star that is Ichi Poptom Papaqui, otherwise known as La Pacifica Dorita, with her traveling luchadora show?
So here's something, hero point, because this is in my notes. While military and leaders are standing down, there's about 300 guards, 3 units of 10 per each floor. They haven't had any action on their posts, so morale and energy is high. They have reinforcements delayed and likely, blah, blah, blah. But they're bored. They're very bored. So, that being said, the likelihood of them being into the idea of entertainment, so long as they don't leave their posts, you could roll for that. You could roll for that right now and get a preparation point for the heist. Or, I'm sorry, the rebellion.
I mean, I feel like that's a good idea. How do you feel, Ichi?
I mean, you only have to tell me performance once, and I'm there. So, yeah, I could come up with something. I could come up with anything. What do they like? What do people here? What do soldiers like? I don't know.
Dancing, jokes,
Ooh.
crude dancing.
Ooh, what about a play that is a thinly veiled commentary on caffeine repression?
I think the tired soldiers would love that, yeah. Go ahead and give me a performance check. And, Lothier, if you are down to study, like, the images of the plants and get ready for that disguise, you can give me a nature check. Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use a hero point because that was bad.
Okay.
That was much better.
So glad I get to use performance instead of stealth because my performance is so high.
Bro, I rolled
Oh! Sorry. No, this is good.
Okay.
This is it's ridiculous. It's a natural 20. And it's plus 18.
38. Oh my god. Okay. Oh,
That's obscene.
that
is illegal.
absolutely- I love that. So you just got 2 preparation points. You are preparing the play of a lifetime. It's going to be great.
It's a topic she's passionate about, so
Yeah.
of course.
Who isn't passionate about it? It unites us all. So Randy, what was your nature check?
A 34.
34. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, there is a maximum of the preparation points you can have. Right now, you are beyond half for the amount of preparation points you can have for this rebellion.
Oh.
So, let me do this then. Now that we're kind of getting the vibe, let's go over the plan so far. Dragon is thinking about doing a party teleport to go into the palace, where after that, Lothier is going to use some druid abilities to use the local flora to create a disguise. Distraction so far will be Ichi and their team with the guards below doing a play. Is there anything else we want to do for preparation and planning?
Yes. So PJ, the plan isn't just to use the plant life. I plan on using pass without a trace, just so you understand it. But using the plants to sort of like disguise where we're hiding. But before we go too much into that, I want to talk to the plants to see if there's an easier way to scale the walls of this palace.
Ooh.
So I want to speak with plants and
Okay. I'll tell you what. That's a spell, right? Or is that just
that is a spell. It
okay.
is a spell.
Burn that spell. Roll nature with a +2. I'll be right back.
Okay. So
I love that you get to speak with plants now.
yeah,
That's so freaking cool.
I
Do we
want to
need
say
an
I
escape plan?
maybe, probably, most likely.
Shit.
Okay. Then I'll start working on that.
Cool.
Dragon, if we're doing the scaling the walls and the stealth checks and the distraction and all that, we might be able to save the teleportation spell for the exit.
Oh.
True.
Oh,
Mm.
you know,
True.
That's kind of smart.
that's kind of smart.
So then
Good to have options.
I have an idea of what to do for planning. That I'll wait until PJ gets back, but I'll at least work on some stuff.
I can't
Can
wait.
I set traps? Can I do that?
You're
Did I take that
rogue,
feat?
right? Aren't you multi-classing Ranger Rogue?
I am, but I feel like that's a feat, and I was like, nah, everyone does that, so I was like, nah.
Well, you know. I hope PJ's accent for the plants is just as ridiculous.
Oh, I'm so excited.
As Dragon's wife.
And Aurora. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I am. You don't understand.
Can we take guesses on what it's gonna be?
Ooh, it's Acadian. It's Acadian. Right?
Hello, I am a vine. Very
That-
nice
that-
to meet
oh.
That's actually really good.
Oh, hi
That's-
everyone. I'm a vine. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a beautiful flower.
I just started flowering yesterday. I'm so glad you're here to see it.
You called me flower?
Oh, that's cute.
Call
That was
me
really
flower if
cute.
you
I like
want
it.
to.
So, what was that nature check?
The nature. Sorry, I was looking for what level the spell was, and I forgot to actually roll the nature. That's a 36.
36. Okay. Very, very good. All right.
My max is 42. I miss Pathfinder every time I don't play.
Hey, all TTRPGs are great, but sometimes I love sitting down and going, "What crazy shit did I do today? What was my number?" Yeah, like it's
Big numbers make brain go burr.
exactly. That's what we're here for. Them big digis.
It's true.
All right, so I'm going to add that you're going to do some recon with the plants. We'll get to that role play as you are about to do the rebellion and the attack on the Imperial Palace. So, last but not least, Sidney, Kylie, what are you going to do to prep for the rebellion? You seem to have a plan so far. Do you want to add anything to the plan, or do you want to do anything personally?
We wanted to see if we needed to rework the plan because we realized while you were gone that we might need an escape plan.
That's valid. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe.
Mhm.
So we were thinking maybe it might be pertinent to use Dragon's teleportation spell at the end, just in case, and have Shionibus do.
So I want to, as my prep, I would love to go ahead and lockpick locks that will be in our way in the future.
Okay, cool. Why don't you give me your choice of stealth or thievery? Because thievery, I mean to break the lock, but you're also breaking into the building a day in advance or like half a day in advance to do this. So your choice, stealth or thievery.
And or check for traps. So I feel like this man is real paranoid at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so like traps are a thing. Especially
Okay.
going up to his chambers.
All right, so here's the deal I'll make with you. Perception check, you check for traps, and if it's high enough, I'll tell you everything you're going to run into on the rebellion. But if you go with stealth or thievery, you may find some of those things unknowingly already solved. Do you want to know what you're going to get into, or do you want to have some of them conveniently already done? But you won't know what it is until you get there. So therein lies the rub.
Don't like these decisions. It's making me having to choose. Well, I'm going to use a hero point,
Okay.
like everyone else. Let's do one more hero point, just for like good measure, because this dice is going to go in jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Bad, straight to jail. You roll too good, straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Believe it or not, if you roll in the middle, straight to jail.
Okay. I'll do thievery, and I'm just going to pick those locks.
Okay.
And that's a 30.
30. Okay. So, with that, you gain a maximum of 5 out of 5 preparation points, and I need you to roll a 1d6 for me, Kylie.
E6. Yeah, yeet. 4.
Damn. Oh
That's-
no.
That's good. Okay.
Aw.
Okay. Cool.
Good for who, PJ? Good for who?
You won't know until it's too late. All right, so you've made your plan so far. Let me double check to see what it is. We have Dragon party teleport either beginning or end of this mission. Lothier talks to the plants and then use the plants to cast Pass Without Trace and cover their tracks a bit more if they move in. Ichi will be going in for the distraction at the lower levels. And then what?
I just found a druid spell called Pass Wall.
Pass wall. Okay.
It creates a tunnel into the building, like wherever we are, so we have a way in.
You're kidding. That's a real spell.
Yeah.
It creates a passage through wood, plaster, or stone walls, but not metal. That's a good distinction. Passage is 10 feet deep plus an additional 5 feet per 3 caster levels. I only have the first.
Okay.
It's a pretty powerful spell, but the question is, do we want to save that for going in and then Wes is to teleport out because we'll know the landscape better? Or do we want to, you know what I mean? Like when we use it, because we only have it once.
Dragon's only gonna have the one.
Yeah. So
I
But-
say, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say tunnel in first, because you're right, Randy. We will know a better place to teleport to once we get into the castle, if that makes sense. Because we
Yeah,
might just. Does that make
Dragon
sense?
has to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's true.
Also, I mean, Dragon would have piped up and be like, "Well, we really, realistically, only need to teleport out if we screw something up. So, like, if we succeed,
yeah, right.
then Morel is the king, and we don't have to worry about anything."
That's a good point.
When have we ever needed a contingency plan?
Probably more often than we've had one.
all right.
All right.
Okay. So with that, Morel likes the plan. He says, "My father should be on the top floor, the 10th floor of the entire building. From what I've heard, he's locked himself away in his private quarters. Even his guard is not allowed inside, but they are perhaps the most heavily reinforced outside his domicile. For the sake of ease, I recommend that we go in the night, attack while the guards are probably tired. We can do it in the daytime if you prefer, but it does give us a lot more attention. Do we agree the night is best, or we can go in the morning?"
Night works. And then when the candles are lit, Ichi will roll up as a traveling performer, and Alona will be there as
Eye candy.
yeah, exactly. I'll be your announcer.
You can make little like afro flowers, right? Or is that not a thing that they like here?
Oh no, they don't like religion here. Oh, no.
Okay. What about like glitter?
I could find some glitter.
They could be like really tiny afro flowers and they
Yeah.
won't know. They'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's shiny."
Surprise Afro flowers. Just really fast explosions.
It'll be
Yeah.
pocket flowers, just shasha, shafra.
Shapra. I'm gonna
You
say
have
that exactly.
Hell yeah.
No, what is it? What is that movie? Oh no, Superstar. Is that it?
think so, yeah.
The Molly Shannon character. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that? What do they say? Do they say Superstar? Am I thinking about that?
I think they go like superstar, and they get all like hands in the air and all whatever with it.
Yes. That's it. I will be your hype man, Ichi. And when we've successfully distracted them, I guess we re-meet up with the group.
You know, maybe we haven't thought this through. Yeah. What if you guys, I'm great at, okay. Here's what we do. we hire actors. We go in with everyone else, but we spend a little bit of time training the actors because I'm so talented. It will just take like a couple hours to get them to. What do you think? I feel like
I
my
feel like
strength-
us together makes sense.
Yeah, I would be really
Yeah.
disappointed if I didn't get to hit something with my hammer during
So
a coup.
how about this? Yumi Ichi will manage the actors that are probably just going to be soldiers, right? Looks around at the soldiers around us. They won't be recognized. We'll have good costumes for the soldiers. It's like, well, when soldiers go away to war and they put on, plays for each other, something like that. And you and I are the directors. And then mysteriously halfway through the show, we're going to disappear and meet up with the rest of everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll start with everyone else. I think we should just train the actors now, send them in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it'll be easier for us to sneak all together.
Yeah, especially because I don't know if I can sneak without your help, Luthier.
I mean, if I stayed behind, is there anyone who has like a spell that can show me an area of a place, like a picture or something like that? Because then I could just teleport the performers up.
All of a sudden, there's performers in the palace.
See,
Well,
that's
I
a little bit
meant
more.
the people who are staying behind, we teleport people.
Got it.
Or we could just all go in. I'm actually okay with the all going in. strategy.
Let's all go in. I'm an incredibly talented director. I did it one time. It went well. They're still running that series back, where we own the theater. It'll be fine.
You're getting residuals, right?
Yeah.
There's a strike going on about writers not getting credit, so.
Maybe I should check my mail. But yeah, no, it'll be. She looks around at like the soldiers here. Some of you are actors, right?
The soldiers all just kind of look confused and befuddled, and then Hamaz says, "I'll make them actors. Don't worry."
That's what I like to hear.
All right, now.
Is
yeah,
it,
no, yeah.
I'll make a man out of you montage.
But with the theater?
Yeah.
There's definitely a theater training montage that happens.
It's like, be actor, you must be vulnerable as a newborn kitten. Actor with all the volume of an opera star. Like, it's just going all over the place.
Please know I have full jurisdiction to clip whatever I want from this episode.
I mean, do it for the vine. So that being said, now here's how the rebellion / heist rules work. If you haven't done heist rules in Pathfinder 2e, the way it works is you have about 5 points, one of which will be used to auto-success a random trap that we already rolled for. Now, you still technically have 4 points. You're going to go about the heist as you can, running into obstacles along the way that you have studied or that you have prepared for, etc., etc., etc. Now, when you go through this and something bad happens, or let's say you bomb a check, but you're like, no, wait, we prepared for this, then you can say, preparation point, and then you retcon the story. You go, no, this doesn't happen because I prepared for this and I have X, Y, and Z to get around this.
So how many preparation points do we have right now?
We have 4. The 5th one is being saved for a very specific trap. Thought it would, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know. Dragon's been saying teleport as a spell. That is like a 10-minute almost ritual casting of that spell. So you would all have to be safe for 10 minutes while he's casting teleport.
Yikes.
Oh.
We've done it before.
Escape plan is smash and grab.
I feel like even sleeping, we haven't been safe for a full 10 minutes the entire time I've been part of the show anyway.
And let me just put it out there. 1 round of combat is 6 seconds. So that means you would have to have, 10 rounds of combat for a minute. So you'd have to have 100 rounds of combat for him to cast that spell during a fight. So just putting that out there.
So maybe the going in part, and then we tunnel our way out.
Or we use tunnel in the. Maybe we could completely ignore all the hard work that PJ put into all the traps and just tunnel through anyway.
Look,
Tunnel through the walls. We don't need to open doors.
this is all preparation. You can do whatever you want to do. This is your rebellion, after all.
The tunnel is 20 feet deep into the
Oh.
place. It's not gonna go forever through the place.
Yeah.
It's a in and out kind of.
So we break into the king's chambers
No,
using teleport, and then we tunneled straight down and skip the floor as they're all coming up to protect the king.
or I mean, it's a giant build. Like it's got giant walls. If we find a place around the edge where we can see a landing, you'd be able to teleport us up there. We'd also be hidden from someone's view.
That's true.
I love this for us.
So we'd be
This
able to
is-
get up.
This is going to go so well, and nothing bad is ever going to happen.
I love the optimism.
We're still alive. It's
All
worked out great so far.
No notes. All right. Anything else for the preparation or whatever before you go to Acadia at night? No? Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
just
Dragon's
fixing
gonna have to
spells.
pull Alona aside and have a conversation at some point.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. If anyone wants to have any role play or conversations, we can do that now really fast.
okay. So yeah, Dragon's gonna like very sheepishly walk up to Alona, and he's trying to figure out like exactly what to say, but he can't like look Alona in the eye, and he just kind of, Alona, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
And he's gonna like step over to the side. Can I ask what made you change your mind? You were pretty adamant about not coming.
Shionibus and I had a talk. We both decided that it was going to be important that we be there. And it's not like I didn't want to come, Dragon. I didn't want to leave Shionibus behind.
I didn't either. But if Chernobys's first priority is to her people, that's not something I would ever argue with. But with you, it felt different, and I'm sorry for what I said. I'm always going to respect you, but there's something that I learned growing up, and that was your least priority are the people that you don't know. And then come your friends, and then your blood family. But the most important people in your life is the family that you choose. And you do anything for your chosen family. You are all a part of my chosen family. And it doesn't matter what is being said, how crazy the mission is. If you need me somewhere, I'll be there, regardless of the risks. And I don't know, I guess I just thought that we would all be like that, and it hit me hard that maybe not everyone here would do the same. And so I'm sorry I got angry, but it's just how I feel about it. I would do anything for any of you. And I guess I was just hoping that the both of you would have done the same.
I understand, Dragon. There's going to be a lot of really hard choices that are going to come up as we move forward. None of them are a reflection on you, or how I feel about you, or how I feel about anybody else. I love you, Dragon. I love Ichi. I love Lothier. I love Shionibus. I love Morel. I love everything that we have. And I'm sorry if I made you feel like I didn't.
I love all of you too. You all hold a very special place in my heart. And no matter what happens, no matter if one of you gets kidnapped by demons or taken by an angry god, I will always jump into the fires for you. It just, and I know this isn't the case when I think about it logically, but I guess always assumed that you would all do the same. And anyone walking away from one of the other members asking for help, it was never something I would have expected. And he's just gonna like give you a hug and apologize again. I'm really sorry for what I said. You will always have my respect.
There's a little bit more context. But we don't have to get into that right now. Because I don't even know if I want to talk about it right now.
Giannimus did say something about divine intervention.
Yeah. We both needed to hear it, and I'm glad that it happened, but families are complicated.
He's gonna like just make a slight look toward the inn that his family's staying in. I know. Trust me.
What are you going to tell them?
The truth.
You're going to tell them that we're going to overthrow a bloodthirsty tyrant?
No, I'm gonna tell them that my friends need me. They'll understand.
Yeah. Are we good?
Of course.
Okay.
But you know that when something comes up for you, gods, mountains, distance be damned, I'll be there.
I really appreciate that, Dragon. I hope I never have to call on you for something like that, but I really appreciate it.
Of course.
There's a big storm coming.
Yeah, it's us.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Awesome role play. I want to give both of you hero points for that moment and talking it out. Any other quick scenes or role play before we go to break? Nope. Okay. Cool. So with that, the heroes take about a day's journey or so. Isuo is actually very happy to open up their home for transportation as you quickly teleport into the Akkadian city and move within position and wait until nightfall. With adrenaline surging and pumping and the plan in place, we get ready for the rebellion. But we're going to do that in about 10 minutes when we come back from our break. Please come back to see how this all goes off. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Bye. Hello, everyone, and we're back from our break. We're back from the break, and we are here to invade the Imperial Palace of King Nimrod the 14th of... What's wrong?
Oh, you got an echo.
Oh,
You
I
got
know
an
what it
echo.
is.
I hear 2 PJs.
I hear double. I thought
fixed
my
it.
stream was on.
I fixed it.
We don't need 2 DMs trying to wreck our lives.
Are you
One's good enough.
sure?
Hey, we can barely handle one.
You can barely hear the one. Look, audio has been a trick tonight, y'all. I am reacquainting myself with the skill I had to learn. Ish.
You're doing great.
All right. Cool. That being said, either way, I'm just here for a good time. Then let's get started with the invasion / usurpation. You ready? Now,
Things are escalating quickly.
it's dark. It's nighttime. You have your points. First things first. What is the first action you take as the mild, sweet breeze in Acadia fills your nostrils and you can feel it just resting coolly and mildly on the back and the nape of your neck? You are staring at this nation at midnight, and on this massive hill, this beautiful jungle, localized river, and fortress-esque palace. Yes, Randy.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants
Okay.
and begin like trying to befriend the local nature, specifically around the palace, so that we can use it to help us sneak.
Okay. So, you start talking to the plants to help you sneak. The plants first greet you in Akkadian, and then eventually start to speak to you in a common Druidic tongue after a few seconds of realizing the Akkadian is not getting through. And they speak to you in Druidic. Yes. You want to get in? Is that what you want?
Yes. Why?
Well, so happens that the guards haven't left in quite some time. There's some rivers by the other sides you can get in through the things, by the long moving staircases, or you can just climb my vines and not have to worry about it.
All right. At least we can climb some vines. And then I look at my friends. I hope y'all are ready to climb.
Where's
Did
the
you talk to the
distract-
plants?
I did, and this one sounded very different from how we thought the plants would sound.
I saw
What
the
did
looks of
they sound
disappointment
like,
in your
Randy?
eyes. Look, not all the voices have to be cool, okay? Not all Dora the Explorer.
Lothier, what did they sound like? I know we have really important things to do, but I also want to know what kind of accent plants have.
Apparently, these ones were just Akkadian. They didn't really have that much
Oh.
of an right?
I
was
mean, I'm
like-
not disappointed because
You would think there'd be more variety in a garden such as this, but okay.
they must be native plants.
All right,
They-
fine. You see a Svigar plant. It's like, hello, I'm a Svigar plant. I am very happy to be here. I sweat all the time because it's not very cold. But I am here too. I am very thick. And I have a really nice foliage. There, you fucking happy?
Yeah, thank you.
you.
Awesome.
Very happy. Yes.
I
thank
show
you.
the vine that has said that we are allowed to climb it, and as we do, I cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone. So that's 2 spells down for me.
Why don't you tell me what that spell? Why don't you read the spell just so we know?
So pass Without a Trace obscures the targets. Like you obscure the tracks we leave behind, making it harder for others to find and track us. DCs to track gain a +4 or a higher a spell DC that is equal to my spell DC. My spell DC is 20. I feel like it is probably 20. Like that- and it lasts for 8 hours because I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Wow. Hell yeah.
So, who is climbing up with Lothier?
I think everybody is.
Everyone? Okay. Everyone give me athletics checks with a +4.
Upsetto, spaghetto. Also, where's the distraction at this point?
Well, the distraction I think had Ichi involved, and I think Ichi's there climbing. So we'll say Batrain and the others are moving in around the 3rd floor by the north side. What the hell's it called? Why am I blanking on the term for stairs? Oh my god. By the 3rd floor staircase. That's where the distraction is going to. Oh my god.
29 on athletics.
29 athletics, okay.
20.
32.
Sorry, 30 on athletics.
30, 32.
Oh, that's right. We had a +4. Just
Mhm.
kidding.
Oh yeah, 34 then. Never mind.
34, 32. Sidney, what was yours?
31.
31. Okay, Sam.
32.
32. Kylie.
One more time. What are we rolling?
Athletics to climb.
Or athletics.
+4.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not acrobatics. You gonna do me dirty like that, PJ?
You
In
do get
front
a
of you,
+4.
squad, I'm gonna do you dirty.
25.
Okay, 25. Ooh, 25. Okay. So as you start climbing, you can feel the vines in your hand, Lothier, actually coiling upward like a snake. It's literally trying to drag you with your permission, and it's kind of working alongside you. You're feeling yourself getting pulled up as you're climbing. Everyone else, you can feel this movement as well. Shionibus, gravity and heights never agree with you. As you start to climb and it's starting to kind of coil upward, it starts to slip out of your hands. Call it heads or
Can
tails.
one of us? Oh no, no! Can one of us catch her?
I was
or
gonna say, can I
something?
try and make a reflex save?
Tails.
Tails?
Can we-
Okay. Okay, you actually get to choose then.
What?
Do you fall or do you just not go up at all?
Counter question.
Okay.
If I don't go up, can I visually see a different way
You have dark vision,
to.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can. Give me a perception check and you can do that.
Yeah, yeet. Ooh, that's cocked. Hold on. These rolls are kind of shitty. To
You have a hero point.
Yes, and you also have preparation points. If you want to burn one on this, you can do it to just automatically succeed and catch up.
Nah, that's a 28.
28.
I'm confident.
While everyone is climbing and they're about to get to the 5th floor, or 6th floor, I should say, portal window, about to get in there, you notice some of the old bricks of the mosaic are uneven and they're jutting out in different layers. You, with all of your ability, know that you can easily traverse that.
Dick. We're gonna do it.
All right, give me an acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics, it's a 28 again.
28. Okay. So you are leaping brick to brick like Assassin's Creed. If you miss, you grab one, you pull yourself up, and eventually you all make it to the 6th floor.
Did you say 6th floor?
The 6th floor of the 10th floor. 10
Ooh.
floors of this place.
You just made me real happy, PJ.
Meanwhile, you can hear echoing from the east side of the building the laughter and the singing and dancing as Bethrain, some of the trained actor guards, and Ichi's impeccable plan for distraction is working flawlessly. The guards for half of the entire palace are distracted. And I'm thinking, Sam, you're with them too, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But this room seems to be pitch black for now. You can hear some echoes. Something echoing, but it's being muffled by all the laughing downstairs. You also see a massive archway door blocked with a heavy, very heavy barricade.
All right, I turn around. Do we want to try to go through the walls here, or what do we think the best play is?
Well, I could try and teleport us up.
I think this is the safest place we'll get 10 minutes for, so I'll keep my spell for getting us GTFO, as the cool
So-
kids say.
It's like, all right, well, I'm going to need a little more time than that because I actually have to cast 2 spells to do this. So the first spell I'm going to cast is clairvoyance.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So it takes a full minute for him to cast this, but his range is 500 feet. And if we're on the 6th floor, that means he can get up to the 10th. So he's going to try and place an eye. It's an invisible floating eye at a location within range. It can't move, but it can see in all directions. And I'm going to do that probably right outside the king's door. I mean, I guess he would try and do it inside, but not sure 100% if that would work. Yeah, it says you create an invisible floating eye at location within range. The eye can't move, but you can see in all directions from that point as though you're using normal visual senses.
Can't hear you, PJ.
Fixed it. Okay. So, as the eye is trained outside the door, you see 30 well-trained guards in defensive formation. Shield, big Akkadian shield, similar to your friend Morel's. A massive spear and skin made entirely out of gold. And they just wait in this formation, unmoving, unflinching. You don't even think you've seen them breathe this whole time.
Are they like statues?
You notice there is a small fidget as they're gripping their spear. There is still something about them that's human. Maybe they are just human. Who knows?
All right. Can I look around the room? Do I see windows or anything else?
Not in this part, no.
So this is just like torches potentially to keep light, and that's it?
Yeah, you are basically looking at a nice 10 by 10 room with a massive 30 person guard unit outside the door of possibly the personal room of King Nimrod the 14th.
How high are the ceilings?
10. It's a good old 10 by 10 cube.
Okay. So yeah, I'll relay all that information about outside the room and be like, well, I don't think that that's the best place to teleport to. I'll be 100% honest.
If we can get to the outside back of the where the room is, we could teleport and go in through a door they're not expecting.
Or can you go up with your spell?
And I go up with past wall. You create a visible tunnel through a chosen area, replacing the area with empty space. Technically, yes.
So maybe we go up to the 9th floor and then just go up. We don't have to deal with the 30 guards.
This has turned into a heist, unlike any other. I love it. All right, let's go.
Okay. So, are you going to cast teleport to get to the 9th floor?
Well, here's the problem is I didn't see the 9th floor.
Okay.
So he would absolutely do that, except that he needs to be able to see where he's teleporting to, which is why he took both clairvoyance and teleport.
Well, you do have 4 success points to use on this rebellion. You haven't used yet.
So you're saying we could use the success point to teleport to the 9th floor?
The preparation point, yeah. You could have made the preparation, well, however you want to narratively, but with the narration, you could say how this preparation point is going to fix that.
Taryn, Wanderer in chat also has a good point, which is, can we see the roof?
I mean, you've been looking at the roof for at least a day, looking at that map, and it's hard to miss, when you're walking up to the castle at night.
We could teleport onto the roof.
Is that something we could land on? The roof?
It's a geometric building. It should have, you know.
All right. What does everyone think? We could land on the roof and tunnel in.
We could, as long as we make sure there's a distraction so no one looks at, wow, what are all these people doing on our roof?
I mean, they were laughing pretty hard.
I would like to clarify with Sam. Sam, I know the distraction was your mission. Did you want to go back down and do that, or do you want to spend a point to ensure that the distraction is working, or do you want to roll a performance check?
Well, I figured the plan was kind of like in flashback nature, that there was a training montage that Ichi directed. He did some improv warm-ups with the actor soldiers. Gave them all a nice pep talk on how they're going to be stars, and that's kind of however you'd like to do the mechanic in the past, and they are going of their own accord to perform this distraction.
Yeah. I'm gonna if you want to, I can spend one of your preparation points to make sure that it is a flawless distraction and that the entire half of this building will never be the wiser.
Yes.
Okay.
Do wish for that.
So for that, you have only 3 points left, but the downstairs half of the entire palace is having an uproarious time, to the point where some of the guards are even leaving their post to see what your players are doing. But that still means the other top half, obviously they're not going to leave their post. They're too far away. They're 100 feet away. But reinforcements won't be coming. So, with that, it is time to ask yourselves, do you want to teleport now to the ceiling? Or to the roof, I should say? Are you muted, Wes?
You're muted.
Dragon's gonna look for group consensus on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, give me an Arcana check. Give me an Arcana check, Wes.
Okay, so that's a 32. I don't know what the DC is. I've got 3 hero points.
Okay. You're going through it. You're doing it. You start to hear somewhere above you, through this thick stone, feet stamping in curiosity and panic and confusion. And then the sigil emerges on the floor, the bright light. Please tell me the tale, Wes, of how you teleport everyone to the roof.
So he's just sitting there, and you can hear him chanting because there's a verbal component to this, and going through the spell components for a full 10 minutes. But before that, he's just, I need everyone to hold on to me. You need to be touching me, and then starts to go through it, and you see his eyes start glowing bright blue at a certain point. He's visualizing the location, and then you see the tattoos on his body start to go from his hands up his body into his chest, and those start glowing as well. And then there's the sigil on the floor, which begins like pulsing, and then finally a bright light, and they vanish and appear as the bright light spreads across the roof area, and they're all just there with now that sigil burned into the roof of the palace.
Okay. With a loud, reality-ripping bamf sound. I'm just making that up. You are on the roof. I'm playing around. You're on the roof. Now, you said it was you and 4 other people, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Good to know. Next up, what's the next course of action?
So that would have been the thing to discuss beforehand. What 4 people are going, because Morel is also with them.
Mm-hmm. Morel, Hamaz, and some of his soldiers.
I thought Hamaz was with the actors.
He
No?
I did too.
trained them with Ichi. I can put him there if you'd like him to be there. Would you prefer that?
Unless you have a narrative reason for why he needs to be with the king when we run in on him.
Nah.
Nah,
Makes sense.
it's just the OGs.
Yeah,
Get
I was
outta
gonna say-
Just the OGs?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So all 4 of y'all plus, okay.
Can we use a preparation? I mean,
Yeah, can we use a preparation point to be less noticeable at all?
Well, I was gonna say the only thing is I can take myself and 4 others.
Yeah.
That's it for the spell.
Can we use a
So,
preparation point to bring morale?
okay.
Okay.
That's
So-
what I was suggesting.
Okay.
Got it.
If you can
That
tell
makes
me how the preparation point is going to be used to send Morel, then you can spend that point.
I know exactly how. He used his ring to cast teleportation the day before on something so that he was able to use 2 spells at once.
Okay.
That's a great idea. I was gonna say Ichi's like uppies and gets
So-
on his shoulders, which
So
would
he's
not
able
work.
to take the 4 of them and then Morel and 3 others with them up to the roof.
Okay. 2 points left. So you're there on the thing. Suddenly, after a few 10 minutes pass, you see Morel kind of like this with the ring on his hand. He's that is so freaking wizard. I love that. And around him, you see like 4 of his like most trusted guards and soldiers. All right. What do we do next? Both here.
Real quick, just as some flavor, after casting the teleport spell for the first time, you see Dragon like making sure all of his body parts in the right places. Like, all right, it worked.
All right. I'm just checking. So the next thing is to get ready to fall. I'm gonna make it more diagonal down into this chamber, so that's more of a slide down instead of a straight sheer drop through the ceiling. And I'm gonna cast wall.
Okay. Your choice. Nature check to make sure you angle this just right and don't just put them on a shoot right into the middle of that fight. You can make that nature check, or if you want to, you can spend one of your preparation points. You have 2 left.
I have what I want to use the second preparation point for. So, as we fall into the room, you see Lothair is focused in the direction where the door is. But I rolled. I'm gonna use up my second to last hero point. Okay, that's better. 32 nature.
Okay. 32 nature. You've been looking at the plans for hours. You've been looking at the angles all day. You have been talking to plants and summoning all your druidic wisdom. And as you put this shoot down, you start to get that sinking feeling. Maybe you might have put it a little too far diagonally. And then as you come out the chute, you're looking at a locked door in front of you. And you are hearing a horrible fighting ruckus on the opposite side of that locked door.
All right, PJ.
Mhm.
For a preparation point, I want to lock that door. I want to cast stone wall. I'm going to build a wall of stone on the opposite end of this door so it won't be able to open.
Okay,
That's
okay. 1 preparation point left. You just no. Tell me, what is it like when you put that stone wall up there?
So you see him sort of land, and instead of sort of being focused where the king is, where probably the rest of the team is, he's pointed at the door. He puts both hands on the ground as he begins chanting, and the spell and the earth underneath you shakes a little bit, and a just giant wall, 10 foot by 10 foot each, just flies up into the air 120 feet.
So Morel is standing behind you. The look on his face of both shock and awe and pride in his friend, and then
This is so all the guards on the other side of the door, Sidney, don't come barging in.
yeah. And then you see this realization dawning on him, and then this kind of stoic, solemn face as he just nods and goes, They knew what they were getting themselves into. All right, everyone. We're this close. We just need to run to the back of this room, and we should be able to find my father somewhere.
Well, they're not dead, right?
Yeah. That wasn't the idea. It's more to keep the people with spheres outside.
No, they'll be fine. Look, I could only bring 4 of my guard with me. I left the rest of my unit behind to come meet me here. It's okay, you didn't know. They're fighting my father's elite. Whatever happens at the end of the day, this is an Acadian issue, and we all know what we're getting ourselves into here. There's nothing wrong. We'll mourn them tomorrow.
What?
It's Dork.
It's okay. Look, time's of the essence. We need to move.
Right. Otherwise, all of this would be for naught. And I begin running towards the opposite side.
Okay. So, you are running. So you see, somewhere around here there was supposed to be a rune of planar rift. But you see, the last night, an elf snuck in and didn't know that she broke the rune the night before. And as you trespass and see the rune trying to activate, unfortunately for Nimrod, it doesn't activate. And what's that?
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Oh, yeah. You feel a horrible source of occult magic, and you're running towards it.
Everybody, there's a really powerful occult magic coming from that direction.
Is that Morel? Do you know what that is?
I don't. I have no idea, and I'd rather not guess.
Religion check.
Make a religion check. You have to give me a legendary 40 religion check. Are you mathematically capable of that?
I would have to roll. Oh my god.
That sentence, though. Are you mathematically capable of it?
That's kind of a dick thing to say.
I'm not. I'm using.
No, I love it though.
I'm using a hero point.
Okay.
You have to get like an 18 or
I'm
higher,
using
right?
another hero point.
Okay, it's your choice.
You got this.
I have a lot.
You could do this. Oh.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I just no.
So, you're running. As Morel is running, you notice he's not carrying a shield. That massive golden shield with the Acadian lion face on it that he's carried with you all your journeys, that shield's not on his back, it's not in his arm. Instead, as he's running, he pulls 2 swords like butcher's knives, the size of baseball bats, just from his hip, and he is sprinting. Your feet begin to pound on the sandstone and gold bricks as behind you, you can hear the bodies drop on the stone behind the wall. And there, as you break through the final door, you see moonlight coming from a window, bathing on the side of a man's face as he lays slumped in a chair. 2 massive swords embedded in the ground like the cane or staff of a king, raising his head bleary and tired. You see King Nimrod the 14th. Hello there, son. Never thought I'd see you again. But I knew this day would come. Now, you legends, you heroes, you world saviors. Slowly uses the swords to get himself out of his chair, exhausted. And behind him, 10 long white fingers grip the golden throne of Acadia. as rising from behind it, you all now see clear as day the full moon. Eyes staring wide at you, a smile coming from the chair itself, cracking ear to ear, its mouth craning open, and a long purple tongue dancing in the air. King Nimrod XIV looks at you and he says, I'm just so bloody tired. Come then. Slaughter the tyrant, or be slaughtered. Everyone give me a will save.
Not the freaking moon.
Moon's haunted.
Hero point.
Yeah, I should use my last one.
Oh, that's bad.
Every time you're like, I use a hero point, I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about
Sorry
that?
about that.
It was a will save?
It was a will save.
Okay.
Question is, how bad is this gonna be when I fail it?
36.
36. Okay.
34.
I'm using my hero point.
36, 34. Okay, okay.
26.
Did you say 26? Okay.
Uh-oh.
27.
27.
Oh, we're dead.
26.
Oh, God.
I have 2 hero points left, but I'm like, I don't know how bad.
Use
this is
it!
gonna be.
Do you want to use it now? Do you want to use it later?
I'm
Everything
gonna
right
save one for
now is
later.
up to you. The narrative, the future of Acadia, the future of the world of Edge of Legend is up to you at this moment. Do you roll now again the hero point, or do you take what comes next?
I'm gonna take what comes next, I think.
Okay. Everyone on board with that?
Should I reroll? What do you guys think?
Do
I
you,
got
man.
2 left. I got 2 left.
Do you?
If I'm fucked, you're fucked with me. So it's whatever you
Same.
want.
Cool. Done.
Okay.
Oh,
As you look at this, first thing that comes to mind, Ichi, you recognize this moon. You recognize this moon when you were in Osmacon fighting for your family's belt in the greatest Ultima Lucha, the Maximo Lucha, as you met the champion, the dragon of the temple, the dragon god son of Impetimat and Quetzalcoatl. There was a great darkness, great evil that was rising to take that temple of Lucha away from the world. And one name whispered in your ear that made you know them all too real. The name Kamba. Lothar, you never met Kamba. You met Korhogask. You met the burning man, the man on fire with 2 mouths, and all he can do is scream. You met hate, anger, rage, indignation personified, and you told him no more. But Dragon, but Kylie, but Shiona, this, not Alona. This is the first time you've looked madness in the eyes, and unfortunately for you, you have blinked. Blunk. Alona. You see a dark night sky, littered with the most beautiful stars you could possibly imagine, and a full moon, and then suddenly Dragon's there, and Shionibus is there. And everything makes sense. Everything finally feels great, light, free, fun. Everything's amazing, guys. Everything's so good. And the only thing you know is that in your hand is a rusty dagger without a hilt. It's a gift. It makes so much sense. Handing it to you is the same moon with the long purple tongue, a skinny, lithe body clad in black leather that just stretches and creaks its muscles, ripping as it moves. Hi there. It's such a shame. I knew your gods. I greeted them when they first came here. Oh, Ilona, to disappoint both Afra and Hamasa. Oh, Shionibus. can you be a death god? I know. We'll make you a killer. The killer you always were. And Dragon. Dying once. That's not enough, is it? Dying twice? Who knows? But killing, that's a gift. That lets them be like you. Now, come on, my children. I have such pretty truths to show you. Wake up. The nightmare is just beginning. And as you come out of this, you see in your hand this dagger. You see King Nimrod the 14th, the full visage of Kamba, the god of madness, murderers, and midnights, in your very presence. The only three things on your mind, the only one thing on your three minds is, we have to stab Morel to death. Roll to hit.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a hero point.
Why
do I roll?
Why now?
Why did I roll so good? No!
That's a 14 on the die face.
Okay.
So I don't know what that turns into.
Still your melee hit, my guy.
Oh, so that's a 35?
Okay, good to know. Morel's not wearing armor or a shield. Alona,
The fuck, Morel?
what was your roll? Was it a crit? Okay, good, we'll get to you in a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay, dice chose violence.
No!
I just want to throw this out there. My will save, I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Oof.
Uh,
Cool. We're gonna be talking because you may be getting a permanent madness from this. Kylie, what was your roll to hit?
That was a 38 to hit.
Yeah.
Is it a sneak attack though?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Here is what that tiny, rusty dagger does. Non-critical. 4d12 plus your will save bonus.
oh my god.
And if you crit, of course, please double that.
Wait. Plus the will?
The will save bonus. Thank you. Yes, the plus. So 4d12 plus your will save. That
Who
tiny,
critted?
blunt, rusted dagger. It was Alona who critted.
Just Sidney?
Just Sidney.
That was
Okay.
me, I critted.
Oh, balls.
So
How
4
many?
d12s?
4d12, which means if you're Sidney, it's 8d12 plus double your wisdom
my
bonus.
God.
I'm sorry, crap. Your will save bonus.
Will save bonus. So that's the modifier
Yeah, that's where it says plus.
plus?
Yeah, where it says will save plus this. That's what you have.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mine's
Yeah.
40 total.
Cool, 40.
So I rolled pretty low.
Okay. 40, all right.
Oh no.
All right, PJ. I have something after all of this is happening. As soon as they start going for the attack, he would prepare
Okay, cool.
a spell.
Cool. Because this is happening in a flash of like seconds. The idea is that we'll get to the narrative part in just a second. I just want to get the numbers. Kylie, what was yours, please?
56.
56. Okay. And Sidney, what was yours?
700.
7.
Sorry, what was that again? 87.
87.
87. Lothier and Ichi, you are looking at King Nimrod the 14th and the full visage of a god that only Ichi really knows at this point. And then you hear Morel's body drop to the ground. He is dying too, as in his back are 3 rusty daggers that have gone to the hilt. And standing, hovering over Morel's body, is a very wide-eyed and smile like the Joker, breaking any sort of anatomically sane structure. A smile on Shionibus's face, a smile on Dragon's face and a smile cracking ear to ear on Alona's face. And with that, King Nimrod sighs. Of course you were weak. What do you all do?
Can I do anything?
I
Snap out of it immediately.
cast stabilize on Morel.
You beat me to that one.
So you see the earth begin to sort of try to cover parts of his hands and feet as the earth is essentially trying to help keep him stabilized from bleeding out and dying. So it's putting pressure on his body.
Okay.
But yeah, that I do that, and then I think that's my turn because I would have to move too.
Okay. You can tell King Nimrod the 14th is not engaging. He is watching all of this, and if you look over to his face, there's no joy, there's no anger, there's just a blank and exhausted look of a man who has not slept in days. Ichi, what do you do?
Can I tell if what Lothier is doing is taking an effect? Because that would change my action.
Yeah, you can see that as he's lying down, Lothier's casting the spell. The land is literally accepting Morel and stabilizing him. He's no longer dying too, but he is at, I want to say 0 HP.
Yeah,
Yes,
HP.
0 HP unconscious.
0 HP unconscious.
Do my friends look like they are still woohoo or not?
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
Yeah.
Alona, call it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails. They are still in the nightmare of Kamba, but they are not moving.
Okay.
Oh.
I rush over to Alona and grab her by the shoulders and shake her, and I say, Alona, snap out of it! You have to help him! And I will slap Alona across the face.
All right, Alona, give me a will save +4.
Swear to God. I swear to God! Oh! What's the actual...
Did you roll on that one?
Do you still want to do the math? I rolled a 3 on the die face. But my bonuses to will are really good.
Well, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know what the total is. It might be enough with the +4.
30.
In your head, you are back in Ur, staring at the sky. Stars. Such beautiful stars. And finally, for a second, the darkness begins to fade. You start to see the new day sun. And you hear a laughter. Ilona. 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 Ilona! As you're being shook into this reality by Ichi. You are no longer in the nightmare of Kamba.
Alona, snap out of it!
Does Alona see what she's done?
You're looking at your hand, covered in blood, and in front of you is Morel's back with 3 daggers and the stabilize spell, keeping him alive.
Ooh, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm going to use Rebuke Death.
You could... Fuck yeah, baby. All right. What do I roll for that, or you
Go.
roll for that?
I'm gonna rebuke that death. So it's 3d6 plus. Wee. Clear. Math is hard.
Math is hard when you're scared.
Math is so hard when you're scared.
Yeah, this moon thing always terrifies me, PJ. Thank you.
That's 3d6. 3d. Rebuke Death doesn't level with you, does it?
Sorry, it should. It's a focus spell, yeah.
Okay, so 3d6 is at level 2, so I don't know how many dice I should roll at that point. Archives of Nethys.
I'm way ahead of you. Okay, it's a focus level 4. It's heightened. You are level 11, correct? So it'd be a bonus 2d6 to your total.
Sweet, I love this. Okay. That's 30.
Okay.
That's 30 points of health. And
Okay.
you see Alona kind of run over, touching his back, and just like I can never say that freaking word. Defibrillator, a defib of the machine that goes gung gung. Alona rubs her hands together, and with this golden light, she imbues the healing word of Afra straight into Morel's back, and she says, "You can't die yet. We haven't had the talk."
All right.
I look over at Dragon just for a second at that comment.
All right, and with that, you just and he almost like breaks off the ground, gets enough air that he can just kind of land on his feet, and he's just a little shaken. He's at wounded 2. He has die hard, which means he dies at dying 5. If he's crit again and he dies, that means he'll be at dying 4 out of 5. That being said, Wes, Kylie, give me another will save to rid yourself of the nightmare of Kamba. Because right now, the Magus and the Ranger
Are
are
you
insane.
me?
Hero point. I'm using my last hero point. I have to.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. 33. That's way better.
Okay. You said what was it again, Wes?
33.
33, and what was yours, Kylie?
Well, I don't have a hero point. And that was a 1.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, clarification. Second. Clarification on Rebuke Death. It does say it does not increase the wounded condition, so that means he is not at wounded 2. On Morel. Just want to clarify that right away. That being said, the critical fail. Now, you have 1 preparation point left, and I know this is really hard to prep for something like this, but if you'd like to, you don't have a hero point, I'll let you use that preparation point, the last one of the night, for this operation, to roll again.
Yeah.
We can't have 2 of our party members under the control of the God of Madness. We just can't have that happen.
It's bad publicity.
Not a good vibe.
Bad publicity.
Not a good vibe, no.
So before she would have left Anubis, she always has a backup plan. It's always of if things are to go wrong, I need a fallback. And she would have asked him for a talisman of some sort to protect her mind from anyone going inside.
What is the shape or visage or persona of this talisman? What is it? What appears in this nightmare to you?
A scarab.
Okay. As you are plunged into the midnight sky of this starry dream, you're back in Nubia. You are looking up at the beautiful night, clear, thousands of stars. The trees are just waving gently in the night sky. Asimra is nearby. He is laughing with you as you drink wine and you play card games. And then suddenly a scarab flitters up to you. Lands in your hand. You're on the desert. These things are so common. But suddenly the wings open up and a visage, a light, comes out of it. Stepping out of it is you. what do you tell yourself to wake up right fucking now?
Is this how you're going to go out? Thought it was going to be a lot cooler than that.
And almost some mantra across the multiverse, you hear a voice in the back of your head go, bet. And you come snapping out of it. Now, with the damage done, the players in place, King Nimrod the 14th at his chair watching all this happen, his heavy eyes bleary. He looks at all of you. Kamba, still rising his massive frame from behind the chair. What do? Do you square up and kill the tyrant? Do you talk him down? Or do you throw him from the window? What do you do?
I'm going after the Elder God. I don't care. Alona's mad.
Okay.
Alona's big mad.
So is Dragon.
I brought a spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's level 6. Or no, it's level 5. Banishment. This god is not from this plane of existence, right? Or is it? Does it count as being?
You would need to give me a
planar?
religion check at a legendary 40 to know that.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Yes.
That's super helpful. My religion isn't terrible, but all right.
Also, I'll give Alona +4 to aid on this one. Only Alona for a very specific reason.
I literally got a 38. So if you help with 2 points, that would be great.
Guess what I rolled?
What?
40.
Okay. Alona, you start feeling in your bag of holding the gospel of Rielag and the wisdom of madness violently shaking in your bag like it is bursting to break out. It is basically stone, human skin, and leather, and it is screaming to get in your hands. Do you accept the book, Alona?
Yes.
As you open your hand, it comes flying out, lands, and you start seeing stone tablet after stone tablet after stone tablet fling across. Lothier, you have just stumbled upon one of the many truths that Kamba constantly wants to show you all. Light from the book explodes into the room. You start seeing a cosmic lineup of events. You are seeing the Big Bang. You are seeing the Milky Way form. You are seeing life from the very beginning of all things form under a hammer out of forge, as the dwarven god of creation, the one who made it all, hammer and forge, builds the very planet that you are living on. But the planet is missing something. It is missing a core, a central idea, theme, mythos, anima, a star. Hammer and Forge, the god of the dwarven gods, reaches into the cosmos, finds something in the deepest pitch black of all space, puts it in their grip, throws it in the planet, and finally your world is formed at the beginning of all things. Kamba, Rialag, Grhogisk, all of them have been here before you were ever born. This is their home. This is their world. And the Astrogenicon and all your gods, favors, followers, and fathers are in their home. This is one of 3 truths that drive the world insane. The Forgotten Era, built for 10,000 years of madness and violence to stop Zog, the father of the hunger, and his cannibalistic ways from people eating each other, to stop Grhogisk in the flame from killing everyone in fire and rage and death. This was the beginning of all things. This was your homeostasis. And this is just Kamba's home. A banishment will do nothing to him this day.
Yeah. You see him I take it Alona sees him as he's about to begin to chant this thing, and as that light fills the room, and he sort of gets stunned by sort of this knowledge that he wasn't expecting. See him lower his arms. It won't work. All right. Time for plan B, I guess.
At which point, Dragon loads a spell into his rifle. And is at first gonna aim at the Tyrant King and then at the moon.
Okay. Now,
Shoot for the moon. That's what they always say.
roll to hit. The thing is basically huge and it's bending around the room. In fact, as you're learning this, you start seeing this creature grow larger, and its smile almost eclipses its whole face until it goes like a Pac-Man grin, and it's growing.
So first I'm gonna cast True Strike,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to cast Disintegrate Spell Strike.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Please, dice. I need. You know what? That dice has been failing. I'm going with my other dice for now. How does a 37 do? I'm sorry. Yeah, 37.
Well, technically speaking, he is flat-footed, I guess. So that would make it a dirty crit.
That's amazing. Okay. So that's oh my god. So yeah, you see Dragon load his spell, and he looks down at his hands and sees the blood on them and sees the dagger in Morel, and you just see this like almost green flame start appearing on Dragon, and he is yes. So yeah, he's shooting with his gun with this. So that's 12d10 just for the spell.
Mm-hmm. And the gun would be Fatal D12, if I recall.
Mm-hmm. Uh, 41 damage from the spell.
Okay.
That's not doubled, by the way. So 82 damage from the spell.
Much better, much better, much better. Okay.
And then the actual melee attack. Okay. And then 40 from the melee attack.
Doubled or
Plus-
non-doubled?
That's doubled, and then 6 fire damage. And is this an evil creature?
So evil. Oh my god.
Okay, sweet. And 8 good damage. Oh wait, and then the 1d12 because of the fatal. And then plus 10 more onto that.
Okay, so 40 and 10 is 50, plus 6 is 56, plus 8 is 65. 64. I think I'm getting that right. Okay. I've been raised. Ting! The bullet rushes off. The moon is impossible to miss. The whole damn room. The bullet. Green putrescence starts to turn his face, dripping into acid, his smile cracking his tongue as he turns to dust. And the moonlight shines brighter in the room. So now you know Now you know what we have been fighting for 40,000 years. Comes the king. He'll come back. He comes back every night. Every night in my dreams and my sleep. And I'm the one who keeps you safe from him. Now, the room is empty. And I am still a king with intruders in my room. He raises a sword. Do you lay on or do you yield?
I mean, that's gonna be a morale question because this is his fight. This is his father. Like,
Yeah.
if
Turn
anything,
around and look at him, straight at him.
yeah, if anything, Dragon's just gonna help Morel to his feet.
Okay. Morel turns to his father. He looks all to you.
We're with you no matter what.
He stops. He looks at his father. He coughs, blood coming at the side of his mouth, kind of like just trickling down. All my life I have worked so hard to redeem my people, my family name. It is my oath, it is my quest, it is my life, and I don't know if there's a man left to redeem in my father. But he's my father. He's my dad. He raised me. He banished me. He taught me what a man is, and then taught me no love. I'm gonna kill him. If you want to join me, do so. If you wish to stop me, please say it now.
I transform into a bear.
Okay.
Morel, give me this one chance, and I'll turn around and step forward to the king and say, "You have a choice. You can throw down your weapon now, and we can figure out that freaky moon thing together. I don't know what kind of father you are, but all Morel wants is the best for everybody across all of these nations. And you need him. And if you don't think so, we'll take you out and we'll deal with it ourselves. It's up to you."
Give me a diplomacy check. You have now entered in what could be a social encounter. You may be able to talk him down if that is a thing you wish to do.
I have a hero point left.
Can I aid each?
Of course.
Okay.
I think I have 2 left. Oh, but that was pretty decent. Okay.
Fine. I'll do a goddamn hero point.
You don't have
Fuck
to.
it.
I'm just...
No. I rolled in that one. I can't. No. This is not how. No.
Okay.
I'm ready to eat his head off. So
I just want to give both my combat mancers and my
Yeah.
diplomancers, I want to give you both every opportunity. This is a huge moment.
So-
Sidney, yeah?
Quick stat question. My fascinating performance allows me to use performance skill for diplomacy. Is that just interchangeable, or do I?
I think
Is it-
technically speaking, it's so that you can do things to like get their attention and distract them. But
Oh, okay.
but you're giving a very passionate speech, and you have been on your acting A game. I'll let you make performance if you need to.
Okay. Cool.
So
So
while-
that it's gonna be
Yeah.
plus. Okay. So that is 35.
Okay. Sidney, what was your roll to aid?
38.
38. Okay. Now, time is going to freeze here. Now I'm going to ask everyone one more time as the king hesitates with his blades, and Morel hesitates with his, you see a moment of diplomacy. The king is bloodied. It means he is close to death. Do you kill the king? Or do you talk to him one more time? There is no wrong answer.
I look around at everyone else to see if anybody has anything to say.
I
Because
roar.
she's with you.
I roar a guttural, just primal rage roar. Just full of fury, anger. You can tell that there's an urge to want to run, but he's gonna let y'all do what y'all need to do. But yeah, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, you can tell Dragon's ready to fight because this dude is ready to kill his only son, or kill his son. That's all he needs to know about this guy.
Shinobis, what are you doing?
She does in fact have her bow loaded and pointed. And she's just going to shout out whatever is to happen. You will pay for your atrocities.
The king formally requests you all to roll initiative.
Formally request.
Okay.
All right, roll well. 33 for Dragon.
21.
38.
20.
Shinobis, 31. And Lothier got a 28.
38.
Okay. And Ichi, what was yours?
20.
20. Alona, what was yours?
25.
25. Morel rolled his initiative. Morel rolled a critical 20 on his initiative.
Damn.
He's ready to go.
Gripping his blades. You can hear him under his breath praying a quick prayer. All my life I've been the forgiver, and I have forgiven people who have trespassed against me in ways that would boggle your very mind. Afra, tonight, I ask that you forgive me. And he runs and smites his father. Get his character sheet up real fast.
That's a lot of math.
He takes one of those baseball bat-sized butcher knives, and you start to see a golden, yellow and purple light wreathe around his blade as he runs up and just sticks it through his dad's shoulder. And as it cleaves in, he takes the other hand, tries to go to cut off his head, and critically succeeds. Let's see if he does enough damage. Six, 9, 17. 17 plus 6 is 23. Plus, so that's 27, 29. 29 times 2 is going to be 58. Stabs him. comes back around the top of the head. You hear a horrible sound. You hear nothing. You hear nothing as you look and you see the attack stance of Morel's father has slowly shifted into one of acceptance as his son rushes at him with blades. Though he was hard set to kill you, that outreach put him at the helpful status. He was flat-footed the whole time, letting Morel do what he had to do. And like is the case with all Nimrods throughout history, from the 1st to the 14th, they are always usurped in the night. Their tyranny comes for them. A light begins to shine in a room just behind you all. Morel notices the light as he looks down to his father. He wasn't always King Nimrod the 14th. For 19 great years I knew him as Gazaros Akisian. Gazaros Akisian, my father. And then my grandfather died and he took the throne. Gazaros died that day. I'm sorry, Gazaros. But Nimrod had to die. Now, the light in the room just behind you all. It's just, you can see it as you're looking at Gazaros. And Morel beckons to you just behind Morel's left shoulder. And with bloody hand, the blood of his own father on his hands, he slowly walks to that light. He beckons you to join him. Bear and all. You join him. You can hear the clatter of blades as Morel drops his weapons and he looks and beholds a mighty room filled with etchings. And he begins to read them. Since King Akkad I was chosen to be the beginning of the cycle, the first warrior priest of Azamat and the king of Acadia, we Acadians have made a promise that the Forgotten Era shall ne'er return. We have made this pact with gods and man, so that their madness need not echo for another 10,000 years. Swear now, O King, and accept these truths, so that no one else need know the madness of what came before you in your mighty noble crown. What? He turns and looks, and he beholds 3 stone tablets, 40,000 years old, with 3 faces on each of them. And the voice of Kamba echoing in your head, I have such truths to show you, boy. Morel stops and he looks at all you. I am to be king now. There's no going back. My father is dead, but my hand, I'm to be king now, and I have to... What do I do? What do I do? Well, that's always the thing about truths. You know, you can choose to remember, or you can choose to forget. And this is the option that I give you now. This is your last chance. Do you tell Morel to remember? Do you tell him to forget? And let's make things crystal clear. If he remembers, he will be immune from any suffering and any influence of the elder gods from now until the time he dies. He will be the bulwark against their violence. and he will become King Nimrod the 15th. Sworn to save you all from yourselves and your madness, sworn to kill your gods so that you need not bring about Ramalgus Day. Forget. And who's to say how much he will forget? He will be vulnerable to the attacks of madness just as he has been the entire time you've known him. But while he is vulnerable, he will be himself. He will not succumb like the 14 Nimrods before him. This is your choice. Does Morel remember, or does Morel forget?
Any opinions, anybody?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that both Wes and Dragon have very differing opinions on this one. Dragon's gonna say this is one of his chosen people and he'll protect him at all costs. Which would mean making him forget. But Wes, on the other hand, is like, but the greater good. So...
One more time. What are the options again? Remember and what? And then or forget and what?
So remember, Morel remembers, and he is immune to the influence of the Elder Gods, but then becomes King Nimrod the 15th and continues his crusade of saving you from the religion that's bringing out, well, from everything with Ramalgus Day. Or forget, and then he becomes vulnerable to the influence of the Elder Gods. Maybe some other things, and retains who he is.
So if he remembers, we lose Morel as we know him. If he forgets, there might be something there, but he's still susceptible to being attacked. And it's just kind of a shitty thing to do, to make him forget, like potentially what happened to his father or any of that stuff, right? We don't know how much he'll forget.
I'm gonna put in my answer before I forget it. Like before I'm just remembers. That's it. I'm done. That's what I'm.
Okay, we got one vote for remembers.
He would rather be dead than be like his father.
Agreed.
If he's gonna become his father, the best thing we could do would to kill him now, out of mercy.
Well, we just make it so he forgets, so he won't become like his father. If he forgets, he won't. At least that's the hope.
But he will, because he will eventually have episodes as well.
Or we figure out how to stop those episodes. We know what's causing the madness. Right?
And if he stays Morel, we can help him.
Unless he's taken over by the madness.
If he chooses to remember, then he's immune to the madness. That's what you said, right, PJ? If he chooses to remember, he's immune to the madness.
He's immune to the madness, but he will become King Nimrod the 15th.
A tyrant. Everything that he fights against.
It's a lose-lose. Either way, we lose him. We lose him if he becomes King Nimrod. We lose him if he forgets and then gets taken over by an elder god anyway. It's a lose-lose. There is no benefit to either of these choices.
I
We
disagree.
fucked up.
Only one saves the world. Or protects the world.
But also, only one protects Morel and who he is as a person.
And you don't know if he becomes Nimrod, this responsibility is on him alone. If he stays Morel, it's on all of us. That's what we do best.
I agree. I vote forget.
Dragon's gonna vote forget.
That is 2 for forget, 1 for remember.
Ichi will look to Alona and say, I know what he meant to you, so I will support your decision. You've heard my opinion.
Alona, explain to me what's going through your mind.
I don't think it should be up to us to choose. I'm mad that we have this decision. I'm mad that none of them are good decisions. I'm mad in general because I'm abstaining. It's up to you.
Okay. Shonibus, you're the one that said remember, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear your why one more time.
I have done a lot of self-reflecting lately. And for the good of the world, I think remembering, though I hate both these choices, is, I don't want to say the better option because it's not. But I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I have another world war in me to fight. So if we get rid of one problem, aka an elder god, that gets one thing out of the way. I don't think I can handle both those.
I understand that. I understand.
But if Morel becomes like his father, your fears might come true, and your people might be more at risk.
And there's one thing I have to say. The king, Nimrod, before him, he was the one supposedly keeping this god at bay. But I've seen that god before. He was trying to take over the Lucha Temple. So is he being kept at bay? Or is all of this part of his plan? All I know is I'm not going to play by the rules of some elder god that I don't know. I think it's time to break whatever cycle this is and fix it ourselves. I vote forget.
Okay. Looking at the vote, there's 1 for remember, and 3 for forget. Morel turns to the 3 tablets and the talking voices. He shouts, I have been a good man. I have done the right thing, and I have almost died from it time and time again. And I will be damned if I will stop doing the good thing now. I have no need for your truths. I know the truth all too well. I know that Ur deserves to see the sun again. I know that Brack deserves vegetation and food and land. And I know that my people deserve a king that will not see enemies in friends and daggers in smiles everywhere they go because of the actions of a few people. Keep your truths. My goddess forgives you. I don't. I choose to forget. With that, a flash of white light. Crystal clear moonlight. The hours turn into minutes as the sun rises. Morel, exhausted and tired, moves to his father's chair. He sits down into it. Oh my goodness, I had such a long sleep. Hi, did we win? Did we win the fight? Did we win the fight with, my dad?
More or less.
Yeah, we won. By the flower. Took his head clean off, huh? Was that you, Ichi? I'd never seen a hammer break a neck like that before.
Emerald, that was me.
Oh, wow. Phew. Remind me not to piss you off when I'm king. Remind me not to piss you off, indeed.
It's okay. We're gonna work together.
Yeah, we're gonna work together. I'm sorry, how long have we worked together? For this mission, yeah, how long have we worked together?
A while.
Oh, okay, right, while. Yeah. Sorry, it's a little dodgy right now.
Yeah.
You got hit pretty hard.
I did, Megaw, I did, yeah. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Take a quick nap, and then let Bastrain know, let Hamas know, and we're gonna let the world know. Acadia is a good place. Like it's always been, with good people, like it always will be. Now, it's a little past our bedtime. So I want to end with this. Hopefully this will put a laugh on your face. Years ago, when I chose the theme song for Tobias Raffialis, when Sam met him and he flirted with you horrendously, I found the theme song for Morel. Never got to play it until today. Morel will wake up the next day. Sun shining on his face. Thousands and thousands of Acadians will cheer his name. His sister, so impossibly proud, will go back to her convent and train an army of battle nuns, the likes of which the world will take great pride in the years to come. Hamas will open up the theater festivals all around Acadia, and an honest man will go around the world and apologize. It all started one day in this little town called Cobbledale, as a massive ballista bolt came flying through the air at a very unsure and unready cleric, and it took the shield of a big, broad idiot to protect her from it. And the first thing he said to her, when that shield battered the ballista, was warm Acadian eyes saying, "I'm so sorry, I hope you're okay." And he ran off. And that was how Morel met the legends back at the Green War. And he was with them through Shionibus, having a tree thrown through him. You know, like you do, but he got better. Him going on adventures with you as you found Joey in the middle of a field and he became Papa Morel and taught him to be an Acadian knight. He journeyed with you when you met Tobias. He thought he was a horribly annoying little whelp, and over years, as he dealt with his own problems, he learned that Tobias was a really good man who just needed some healing. His battle cry was always, "You are forgiven." Because that's what he wanted the world to do, was forgive. King Morel Harkisian I is what they will call him, his name literally translating from Akkadian, the Redeemer of the First Family. He will retire from a life of adventure. He will retire his shield. Dented though it is, he will retire his gauntlets. Busted the knuckle joints are. And he will become a righteous and strong king of Acadia. And what that will mean for the world peace as the story continues will be made clear, very shortly. Morel Harkisian I steps over the edge of legend. And he will leave this story as he started it. Just an honest man trying to say I'm sorry. And that's where we're going to end episode 2 of season 3. Thank you so much for going along for that ride. I planned all this and did not think it was going to be this damn heavy. But I want to thank all my players for having to make the hard choices. I'm going to put Morel's theme song in the Discord tonight if you want to see it and hear the lyrics yourself. I've been sitting on that song for almost 3 years now. Anyway, that being said, let us say our goodnights and our goodbyes, and of course we will not end until we get Sidney back, but let's say goodnights and goodbyes, starting with Sam. Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, it is I, Sam, and here's Frug. Frug's stressed. But wonderful show, everybody. You can find me all over the internet at Hey Sam Sterling, and here on Nat 20. And if you feel like it, you can go over to crit_awards. I believe they're on Instagram, and vote for me and PJ in the Crit Awards. PJ's up for Best Pathfinder Game Master. Is that correct?
Yeah, Pathfinder 2e Game Master, yeah.
And I'm up for something. I don't know. Go find out. That's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, next up we have Randy. Randy, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey everyone, I'm sad. I'm Randy.
Hi, Sad. I'm GM. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. That was great. You can find me on Twitter at RollerRaja. That's RollerRaja to find out projects and stuff when I post about them. Recently, I'm doing a lot of voiceover stuff, so I haven't posted about that, but I'm working, which is good. So come check it out and find out the awesome stuff I'll talk about when it happens. So,
heck yeah. Well, next up we have Kylie. Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. It really doesn't matter at this point. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life all over the internet, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. When I'm not here with this amazing and talented crew, I am over on the initiative order at 7? Yeah, here on Twitch. where we are playing a Dresden Files TTRPG. We're currently in the middle of a wild hunt. Fun fact, we're the ones being hunted. So, great time. I also am having a wedding in my other D&D game. I am going to assume it's going to be the same that it was on, but I'm over with Alec the Bard. I'll post about it and whatnot. But it's Sunday at like 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a great time. Come see my wedding. It's probably going to be destroyed by demons.
Yay!
Like
I
you
love
do.
that.
Let's see. So we had Randy and Kylie and Sam West. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Wes here. Yeah, you can find me on the internet at Wes_IRL on all the social media things. My brain is doing a thing right now, but yeah, make sure you come back next week to see how much we screwed up the world.
Well,
Wes underscore is stressed.
Yeah,
Wes underscore
that's
stressed.
my new name now.
Love it. Last and certainly not least, Sidney, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on, and a lot of projects I can't talk about. So just like, follow me, and I'll post about the things that I'm working on. I'm also, yep, just no brain work. Good night.
No brain.
I'll
work.
hype Sydney up. If you're not following her on TikTok, what are you doing?
That's right.
She talks about great stuff, and she's also cute as hell.
Yeah, and she's got a great.
What's wrong with
She's
you?
got a great coffee morning routine where she just vibes and says hello. You should go check her out on Twitter and just say
Literally
good
go
morning.
make a TikTok account right now.
Yeah.
If you don't have one.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, Sydney.
I got everyone. Yeah. Okay. That just leaves me. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ Megaw. You can find me on Twitter at pj.megaw. When I'm not here with these amazing legends, I'm working on so many projects. You already saw Mechfinder from Eldritch Osiris Games, a few other published third-party books you can buy and play Pathfinder in mechs and other things. You can find me on Spotify with Queen's Court Games as they are doing, they're bringing the new episodes of TANS, the All Night Society, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition podcast out. Go check that out. It's coming back in a minute, so it's going to be good. Let's see what else. Projects that I can't talk about right now, but hopefully you'll be able to see soon. All over the place. I'll tell you more about it when I can. You may see some familiar faces with those projects. As always, before I raid, I want to thank all my legends here tonight. I want to thank all my legends in the chat. And if you can support us on Ko-Fi or Coffee or whatever, awesome, links will be there. If you can support Zach, who did our amazing artwork for all these legends, please do so. And without further ado, I guess we'll see you here, same net time, same net channel, for Edge of Legend. And I hit the button. So now we're just going to wait.
No, we do the raid dance.
We do the raid. What's the raid dance? We're going to be raiding Hero Zone. And it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen in 3, 2, 1. Bye.